Ooh, hey y'all, why does this feel so close? Because it is real close. That's nuts. I wish these would just stay where they're supposed to be. Good morning, everybody. Afternoon, if it's afternoon where you are. I need to clean this room. I need to clean this office up. I need to clean this office. I need to put the books back, but I will not be doing it until later today. Hello, everybody. Hey. Oh, dang. Let's see if this works. Yes. Hey, everybody. What y'all do yesterday? Hey, what y'all do yesterday? Hello? Hey, good morning, everybody. What y'all do yesterday? Yeah, good job. Paperwork and bills, good job. Okay. Watch killer documentaries. Of course we did. I'm gonna get one in at least once a day. Enjoy the outside. Good job. I did that as well. Yes, ma'am. Good job. I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all. You read the book of Revelations. Good job. Good job. Good job. I read yesterday too. I found some very interesting information that I would like to share with y'all. I don't know how long this class gonna be because I've been up since early and I'm a little sleepy. You went to the park. Good job. But I would like to share something with you all that I think is important. Now, again, um, y'all kind of know the way I learn. So God will have me read something right now. Hey, mama. Um, and then he gives me revelations later. So it's so crazy because I went back through my journal from 2015. When I say I was in tears, I was in tears. But God is so good. So I was looking at something. And at some point in time in 2015, I was studying about the 72 disciples. You know, the 12 made the 72. Hey, good job. Good job. It's okay, babies. Listen, y'all know we ain't where we was at 3 years ago, so things are different. I know everybody's life is changing, but good thing God gave us flexible school over here that you can go back and watch when you need to, or if you don't get to get caught up, it's okay. Like, we just here. Learn a new way to live is what I say. Auntie Judy, if you in here, I just want to tell you these pens feel real, 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 real nice. And they write real nice too. I don't like all pens. And this, I told my son about them. That's how nice he likes like really nice pens. I know he would. Well, I already showed him. So there's that. Anyway, yesterday I read all day till the night. It was great. Um, and I stumbled on something that the internet and the church community says is a fake, right? But I believe if you have the other pieces to the puzzle, then it makes perfect sense. Anybody agree with me? Anybody agree that to a person that doesn't understand, or if God hasn't opened it up to you, it'll look like, yeah, right. But if you know the other pieces of the story, you're like, oh my God, this is the piece to it. Good morning, Auntie. Good morning. Okay, so y'all want to go down the rabbit hole? Ooh, wee. Now, we're not going to read all of this in class. We are not, because you're going to need your other books and stuff. But we are going to look into some stuff that's very interesting. And I think you all will enjoy it. Now, we can do one or two things. We can read it. Well, we probably going to do this anyway. We're going to just read a little bit here. And then I need y'all to read it. Because if you can stay in class, that means you can read it. Right? And, yeah. They should be twinkling, because, baby, I didn't even. Let me get my excavation gear because these rabbit holes go deep. A baby girl. Get your scuba diving gear, your cave walking gear, your hiking gear, everything. Because, honey, I said, oh, our rabbit holes make me feel like Alice from Alice in Wonderland. I'm trying to tell you, Auntie, because, okay. Let's set a scene, okay? How many of you are parents or have a niece or a nephew that you absolutely love and you would lay down your life for? Grandkids, whatever, a family member. You said you was in the dark all night at work, nothing work interesting. Everybody do. You got somebody you love and you would throw yourself in front of a moving thing for them. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Good. I just want to see. All right. Well, I'll be right back. So I stumbled on this yesterday, and I want to say that I've seen it before. I want to say that I've seen it, but I want to say God let me probably look at it and keep it moving because I wasn't supposed to read it then. I'm supposed to read it now. Picture Cicely, 2025, sitting on the floor reading in front of the TV. Listen. So here we go. Do you guys know about the app called Scribed? You can read on there without actually like signing in, but y'all know about Scribed or Scribd, Scribed or Scribd, the app. Okay, good. I'm gonna need you to go there because this what I am holding in my hands. This 40 pages or so of information. I need you all to go to the Gospel of Gamaliel or Gamaliel. It's Gamaliel. The Gospel of Gamaliel. Now, when I looked online at first, they was like, oh, the church says this is a fake. I said, that means I need to read it. And I'm very happy that I did. And this led me to 3 or 4 other books that we have. I know, Auntie, it has been raining like crazy. And remember I told you, like, some stuff going on with the whip. So I'm going to go. I know something else was delivered today, too. So I'll probably go later when it's not raining, you know. But thank you. I appreciate you. And I saw that other thing, too. If I was where you at and I wouldn't get in trouble, I'd pinch you under your arm. But I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I am putting together some packs too. I don't know. It's Gamaliel. You all right? We're gonna put together. But we still been sending stuff out. I noticed. Check y'all Amazon. Has anybody been seeing now that they charging you to send stuff? Even if you have Prime? Has anybody else seen that? Okay. Because I thought I was tripping. I said, whoa, what is this? So I'm paying, well then why is I'm paying for Prime then? Yeah. $6.99. I'm like, wait a minute. What? Huh? It gotta be an order over $35 and all of this. Well, what is we paying for Prime for then? Yes, and I'm still waiting for 3 weeks for my delivery. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Because we sent out some stuff to some folks, and baby, I said, whoa, wait a minute, hold up. Where did this come from? So it's not just, oh, okay. Yes, it is Bluehead Island Girl. It is very high on certain items. Yes, it is. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I was doing some math last night. So somebody said that the two straws that okay, so y'all know we got the red straws. I had delays on my stuff being delivered, had 2 different dates and changes. Yeah, it's real out here. Shipping. So 2 of those straws that we bought 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 6 months ago, the red ones, are $34.99. Just download a script. I had never heard of it. I already know how this is about to be my new favorite app. Listen, do y'all realize that? You hear me? 2 straws is $5 less than what we paid for 5. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm telling you? 2 is $5 less than what we paid for 5. Listen, baby. I know I saw because the 5 is $59.99, $60. I said, wow. Okay, so can I go on and hit y'all with the ugly news? Then we'll get to this. I'm just going to hit y'all with it. Because at first I was happy, and then I got a text, and then I was like, whoa. But it's everything I wrote in my journal this morning. And then I'm just going to hit y'all with the ugly, and then we'll get back to this book, okay? Y'all ready? Yeah? Say yes. Okay. I heard it. All right.
Hold the hell on. Just wait 1 minute. You mean to tell me as of yesterday, we have 90 days until this person in the presidential office decides to enact martial law? Underneath Section 4 of this executive order, it says using national security assets for law and order. Within 90 days of the date of this order, which is April 28, 2025, the Attorney General and the Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Secretary of Homeland Security and the heads of agencies as appropriate, shall increase the provision of excess military and national security assets in local jurisdictions to assist state and local law enforcement. Within 90 days of the date of this order, the Secretary of Defense, in coordination with the Attorney General, shall determine how military and national security assets, training, non-lethal capabilities, and personnel can most effectively be utilized to prevent crime. So martial law, bitch. Y'all mean...
90 days from today is what day? July 30th? Okay. The school is practicing for blackout drills now. Interesting. Okay, good. Okay. So, do you remember the class we had the other day when I said if they tell you 6 to 8 weeks, it's probably 2 to 4? No more than 3 to 6? Who was here for that? Remember? I was on YouTube looking at the Courtney Hart signing some bills in military. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Does the timeline fit? All schools are closed today due to power outages. Where you at? For example, the man. All right, be careful what you type in. Nothing about the military. You're gonna have to find other ways to say it, Diana. Love you, but we can't type it. We're gonna have to find like other stuff because they gonna be flagging all these words. Interesting. When does the real ID kick in? Okay. School is closed out here because of flooding in Oklahoma. So school is closed there and it's closed May. Interesting. Have you all heard anything else about the red heifers? Anybody? No? Oh, interesting. So if the one that they said they practiced on was actually the real one, and then the real ID comes May 7th, and now there's executive orders saying that we could be in martial law by July, and they said that the last ship came on the 29th, which was yesterday, and if we get 4 to 6 weeks from that date, do you think by July 30th, if they only have 4 to 6 weeks or 2 to 4 weeks worth of food, that would be why by July they might need more military force? Interesting. Isn't that crazy that everything is lining up exactly how God told us? Mm. Remember when we talked about getting in the crib and making sure you have things in there that you really like to do because you probably won't be able to move around a lot? Get used to being in the house. I just Googled the heifers and found a new article calling them the bringers of global peace, which we actually know is not it. It's the opposite. Okay. All right. Okay. So we'll go on from that then. Everybody's already aware. We're just going to move on. Sorry, y'all. Did y'all find it? I'm sorry, they might have it under the layman of the Virgin. Sorry. If you didn't find it. They playing. Come on. I'm gonna tell y'all which one I use. Seriously? No, wait. I used it on my other iPad. So I want us to be reading the exact same one. It's on this iPad. That's why. Dang it. Give me a second, y'all. Because I don't want to read it on there. That's too little. But I don't think that's it. Because it's more than 65 pages, isn't it? It's 32. Now, why is it not letting me find it right now? And the Martyrdom of Pilate. Sorry, y'all. There it is. All right. It's the one that has 42 pages. Is the one that I'm looking at. And it comes up the Gospel of Gamaliel, but you got to type in the layman of the Virgin and the martyrdom of Pilate. But it looks like this. So when you go on there, you might have to type in the layman, sorry y'all, of the Virgin and the martyrdom of Pilate. If you already found it, don't worry about it. But if not, that's the version. It says 42 pages on there, but it says 32 on here. So maybe it's the extras. I don't know. But I printed it out. Y'all already over there? Okay. I want to wait for everybody. I'm sorry because I didn't explain that clearly. I have a question, and I ask this probably every day. I don't know. Now y'all see why I be mad at the pastors? If things are going to go up exponentially in the next 4 to 6 weeks, and people are already struggling, pastors will not even acknowledge that we are in the time that we are in. What about all those billions of Christians that is waiting on their pastors to lead them to the golden brick road of we going to meet Jesus, all the while leaving out the middle details that they gonna have to go through the zoo in the dark and the animals' cages ain't locked. Can I read something to y'all that's not that? Those who suffered in Egypt, and such too was the severity of the struggle which was endured by the Egyptians, who wrestled gloriously for the faith in Tyre. But one cannot admire those that suffered also in their native land. But one cannot but admire those that suffered also in their native land, where thousands, both men and women and children, despising the present life for the sake of our Savior's doctrine, submitted to death in various shapes. Some, after being tortured with scrapings and the rack, and the most dreadful scourgings and other innumerable agonies which one might shudder to hear, were finally committed to the flames. So could you imagine being skinned alive? Anybody ever been burned? Or scraped all the skin off your body? Having a dream about people in white hats took them and unalived them. You pray over that baby every day. And do not let your kids leave without anointing their eyes, their ears, their hands, and the bottoms of their feet in real life. Ask God to put warring angels over your children. It's going to be important. husbands and wives and mamas and sisters and brothers too, okay? Here we go. Could you imagine being skinned alive and then thrown into a fire? We do it to chickens. I was burned as a child and the pain was terrible, and it was only a spot on my arm. The smell was awful too. Okay, so could you imagine? Could you imagine? All because you believe in Jesus. Skinned alive, scraped across, scraped across rocks, and then thrown into a fire. All because you believe in Jesus. Does that sound fluffy to you? Yes, a 3rd-degree burn on my ankle. It was horrible. Okay. Some plunged and drowned in the sea. Others voluntarily offering their heads to the executioners. Others dying in the midst of their torments. Some wasted away by famine, and others again fixed to the cross. Some indeed were executed as malefactors usually were. Others more cruelly were nailed with the head downwards and kept alive until they were destroyed by starving on the cross itself. Whew. But it would exceed all power of detail to give an idea of the sufferings and tortures which the martyrs of Thebes endured. These, instead of hooks, had their bodies scraped with shells and were mangled in this way until they died. Women tied by one foot and then raised high in the air by certain machines, with their naked bodies and wholly uncovered, presented this most foul and cruel and inhumane spectacle to all beholders. Others again perished bound to trees and branches. For drawing the stoutest of the branches together by machines for this purpose, and binding the limbs of the martyrs to each of these, they then let loose the boughs to resume their natural position, designing thus to produce a violent action, to tear asunder the limbs of those whom they thus treated. And all these things were all of these things were doing not only for a few days or some time, but for a series of whole years. At one time 10 or more, at another more than 20, at another not less than 30, and even 60, and again at another time 100 men with their wives and little children were slain in one day, whilst they were condemned to various and varied punishments. We ourselves have observed, when on the spot many crowded together in one day, some suffering decapitation, some the torments of flames, so that the murderous weapon was completely blunted. So they decapitated so many people that the knife, the blade on the instrument was dulled, and having lost its edge, broke into pieces, and the executioners themselves, wearied with slaughter, were obliged to relieve one another. Then also we were witnesses to the most admirable ardor of our mind, and the truly divine energy and alacrity, of those who believed in the Christ of God. Y'all heard that? Hello? They bent tree limbs down, tied people to them, and ripped them apart because they believed in Jesus. There was burning bodies, kids, women, and children, men. Some of them was drowned to death. This is all because they believed in Jesus. skinned alive now. And they didn't turn their backs. They just went on and went through it. Understand that's what you signing up for. I ain't even gonna hold you. Y'all know that's what y'all signing up for. That's what we signed up for, right? Because the devil is cruel. Here we go. It says, in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, we will write a discourse composed by Syracuse, I believe. If I say it wrong, we're going to just move on. Bishop of the town of Banassa, on the merits of the pure Virgin, Our Lady Mary, and her affectionate weeping on the day of the crucifixion of our Lord. When on the day of his holy resurrection, she went to the door of the sepulchre of her son and did not find his body. Because he had risen up from the dead, may his blessings be with us. Amen. So let me say this to you first. This man that wrote this was a Jewish rabbi or historian. They say he was a Pharisee, right? But the cool thing about God is he always leaves a witness. He didn't say it had to be a sanctified witness. He just leave a witness of the things that happened. So we don't really know a lot about what happened and what Mary was doing when Jesus was. We know what the Passion of Christ shows us. That's pretty much it, right? Y'all with me? Here we go. It says, the weeping of Jacob, the head of the patriarchs, has been renewed today. O my beloved, why then should not the Virgin Mary weep over her son, whom she conceived in virginity? Why should not the Virgin Mary weep over the one for whom she suffered the pains of parturition? Excuse me. Why should not the Virgin Mary weep over the one into whose divine mouth she placed her virginal breast? Why should not the Virgin weep over the manger which is in Bethlehem? Why should not the Virgin weep over her beloved Son, whom she carried 9 months of gestation? Why should not the Virgin weep over the one whom she brought forth and suckled? If Rachel weeps over children whom she has never embraced, why should not the Virgin weep over the one whom she carried in her arms like all babes? If Rachel weeps over children for whom she did not run from place to place, why should not the Virgin weep over her child with whom she ran from country to country? If Rachel weeps over children whose tombs she has not seen, why should not the Virgin weep over at the door of her only son's sepulchre? Right? So Gamliel was saying, y'all acting like she doing too much. But y'all teach about how Rachel was crying over kids that wasn't even hers. She was crying over people and kids she never even met. But she got a right to mourn her son. This is her baby. Okay? Her baby. And they saying, you doing too much, Mary. We get it, but you doing too much. How would you feel? How would you feel? You would be hot. I mean, he newly, freshly gone. I'd feel real unhinged. Okay. Okay. Sad. I'm knocking everything over. Sound like my baby. Ooh, angry because how you gonna tell me? Okay. And mind you, pissed my precious baby gotta die for all y'all branches cells, and you got the nerve to say I'm doing too. Oh, okay, so y'all get it. All right, let's go then. Here we go. The weeping of a venerable old man has been renewed today for the young virgin woman. Jacob did not see Joseph bound by his brothers, but the virgin saw her son nailed to the wood of the cross. Jacob did not see Joseph when his brothers threw him while hungry into the depths of the well so that he might weep over him. But the virgin saw her son hanging on the cross in the middle of two malefactors before all the Jews. Jacob did not see Joseph when his brothers stripped him of his clothes, but the virgin saw her son in a naked state in the middle of Jews devoid of understanding. Jacob did not see Joseph being sold to the Egyptian merchants for 30 denarii, but the virgin saw her son when Judas sold him for 30 pieces of silver. Jacob wept over a foreign blood, and over a robe that was not torn by wild beasts. It was animal blood. But it is over a divine blood smeared on the rock of Cranion that the virgin is weeping, and over the foreign robe which her son was wearing, since they had divided his garments among themselves. The brothers of Joseph wept and repented that they had sold their brother, but the children of Israel did not weep when they sold their Lord. Hello? No wonder the Antichrist gonna be sitting in the midst of them. No wonder they doing his work right now. Oh, oh, it's about to get ugly. I know why they hid this book. I'm telling you right now. Just get ready. You said I throw chocolates at everything. Okay. The sons of Jacob rejoiced when their brother reigned over Egypt, but the Jews did not rejoice when their lords rose up from the dead. Y'all ready? Woo-hoo. O pure virgin, your wailing over the tomb of your beloved son is truly sweet, and your voice is melodious, in the middle of the angels. When they brought to you the sad news and said, "O Mary, what are you doing sitting while your son is standing before the governor and is being judged and insulted by the high priest of the Jews?" "O Mary, what are you doing sitting while your son is being stripped in the court of his garment, dyed with his blood? O daughter of Joachim, what are you doing sitting while your son is carrying alone a cross in the streets of Jerusalem, and no one comes near him? O dove of Hannah, what are you doing sitting while your son is being crucified in the place of Cranion? O seed of David, why have they lifted your son on the cross? O my pure and virgin lady, your wailing is truly sweet today in the house of John." So while all of this was gone, Mary was sitting in the house of John the Baptist. It's getting good to you. Is your toes wiggling just a little bit? It's the did you get one good wiggle or two? You didn't start clicking your pen, biting your nail? A lot of it. Okay. Well, this is why I didn't talk to y'all yesterday. We ain't even scratched the surface either. Come on. You said my toes gone. Okay. They about to fly off all the way. You gonna be in. You ain't gonna have nothing but knees in a minute. Okay. So it says, "Oh, how bitter is this message who came to me today." Messenger, I'm sorry. He is more bitter than the messenger of death who came to Job and to Jacob Israel. Oh, how cruel is this intelligencer who came to me today, O my child. He is more cruel than the one who announced to Lot the burning of his town. Oh, how painful is the news that came to me today, O my child. It is more painful than the news concerning the death of the valiant men of Israel. Oh, how cruel is the messenger who brought me this bad news, O my child. This child has comforted me for 30 years. He never furnished me with an occasion to chide him or scold him. What adds bitterness to the news is that the one who brought it to me is Salome. All my sorrow has begun again. So she said, this baby, I didn't never even have to get on him. And they done took my baby. He was a good boy. He comforted me for over 30 years. I can practically hear the wailing in my, oh my child. I hear the black mothers I've seen on the news weeping for their sons. Come on, girl. When I tell you, listen, I was in my bed acting like the never ending story, baby. It was raining yesterday. I pulled my covers up and had all my stuff out. It felt real never ending story-ish yesterday reading this. When I tell you it was so good to me. It says, oh my child, I have never been to a governor, nor have I ever stood before a judge. I have never seen a robber being killed, nor have I ever gone to the cranium, nor do I know the place of Golgotha. Oh, my child, I have never stood before a man engaged in litigation so that I might release the false wisdom that has been applied to your case. Nor have I ever been present in a law court so that I might realize the injustice that has been done to you. Oh, my child, I am inside the house of John, and you are in the house of the high priest Annas. Oh, my child, this cruel news that concerns you has outweighed the sadness of my orphanhood. The painful information related to you has today deprived me of my joy. The angel announced to me your birth in Nazareth, and I have been announced this cruel news about you in Jerusalem. Your annunciation occurred to me in the house of Joseph, and this bad news was brought to me in the house of John. Oh, my beloved, I was rejoicing in my heart and saying constantly, tomorrow we shall have Passover, accomplish the ordinance of the feast, and return to our home. The Passover has come to me, O my beloved son, with weeping and wailing. My feast has changed to lamentation, and my Passover into grief. Y'all feel that? Why wasn't this in the Bible? You don't think we needed to hear Mary wailing out for her baby? Going over her memory, thinking about all that came before him, all that she had to endure as a 14, 15-year-old mama, running from place to place. People want to kill her baby, kill her nephew or little cousin. Could you imagine giving birth and you ain't even cut the cord yet and people already got a price on your baby head? The whole world wants your baby dead. And you only 15. Not only that, they've been calling you a hoe since you got pregnant because your husband been gone. And now, the baby that you held to your breast and wiped clean. Come on. You said because they knew it was going to hit differently. Come on, Mari. Think about it. She felt Jesus' first movements on earth. Do you understand the connection? And it's so crazy because my son just said the other day, he sent me something. He said, Mom, you know, boys leave more DNA in their mama than girls do. And moms feel a connection longer with their sons sometimes than it can last up to decades. Do you hear me? Well, he only lived 3. Ain't no telling what God himself left in Mary's womb when he exited. Yeah. Listen, do you hear me? Do you understand? She is wailing for her baby and people are cheering that he's dead. Could you imagine? Because she didn't just get pregnant, get married, and everybody was happy. This baby was fighting. She had to go away from her parents at 3. She couldn't be around nobody. She was secluded. Then she come out, start her cycle, and now she pregnant. And now all of these years and past, she didn't probably cried out her eyes every night. God protect him, and don't even know she praying to God to protect God. I mean, I get it. But do you hear me? That's still her baby. She was the first to look in his eyes. She was the only person to carry God himself in her womb, y'all. We don't know if every time Jesus was struck, she felt it. Plenty of mamas that woke up holding their heart and their head because they watched something happen with their child in a dream, and the child is not where they at, but they felt it. His leg, his arm, his eye, her stomach. Something is wrong with my baby. Where is my baby at? It happened with the first mother. Remember when Cain slew Abel? His mama woke up and said, I seen the blood of Abel in Cain's mouth and he was drinking it. Something is wrong with my baby. The feeling that both of them was feeling, even when he kicked in the womb, the kicks and movements, something I could imagine. Listen, exactly, Mari. Listen, I can feel my baby is sick when my baby is scared. Come on. Listen. Ooh, okay. Here we go. I'm trying to tell y'all it's so crazy. I said, oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Not that I done lost my page. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, here we go. It says, the virgin uttered this affectionate wailing in the house of John when they brought to her the sad news of her son. Then she began to look for one of his holy disciples to walk with her. Pay attention right here. Then she began to look for one of his holy disciples to walk with her, but she did not find any, because all had fled and forsaken him from fear of the church people. Baby, let any one of my sons, friends that done called me mama, baby, and I'm looking around, barely can stand up. I'm looking for, because these niggas, when my baby had all the fame, they was with him, and when he had money, and when my daughter was busting their heads for free and giving them 20-inch bust downs, and she came up, and they was always in her Instagram. But now that my baby is laying cold somewhere, I need them same kids that came to my house to eat, and I counseled and loved on like that. I need them, and they ain't nowhere. Matter of fact, when they saw that the crowd was coming, they left my baby by himself. They let him take him. And now, ain't none of them around. Where Peter at? He ain't here. Where John at? Well, well, John, I'm here with you. But wait a minute, where's Simon? Where they, what they say? What they doing? Where they at? Where are they? Y'all ate with him. Y'all went where he went. Long as y'all was getting the benefits, y'all was around. But now that what he told y'all was gonna happen is happening, y'all not here. You said that happened to me when my son passed in September. No one is around, and I was his mama. Listen. Here we go. I'm sorry to hear this, Pumpkin. I'm sorry to hear that. Here we go. Ooh, because all had fled. Okay, she asked for Peter to accompany her, and she was informed that from his fear of the high priest, he had denied her son, saying, I don't know him, and that he had gone and hidden himself from him. She asked for James, the brother of the Lord, and she was informed that he had fled and left him on the mount where he was seized. She asked for Andrew, and she was informed that he had never come with him to town at all. She asked for Thomas, and she was informed that he had thrown down his garments and fled. She asked for the son of Thomas, and she was informed that he was the first of his brethren to flee. She asked for Philip, and she was informed that when he saw the torches burning, he was terrified and fled. So you didn't even wait for them to come up to you. You ran as soon as you seen it. She asked for James, the brother of John, and she was informed that he never even looked at him. She asked for Matthew, and she was informed that he was afraid of the Jews more than all others, as they had a special grudge against him from the time he used to collect taxes from them, and he had therefore fled in the darkness of night. In short, she asked for all of them, and she didn't find, thank you, Jesus, not a single one of them except John, who accompanied him, and who had accompanied him to Cranium and to Golgotha. John, where's Peter? Matthew, John. Oh my God, where's everybody at? Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, hold on. They was with him. No, that can't be right. What do you mean he didn't come with them? Wait a minute, okay. My baby Jesus. Oh my God, my baby Jesus. My baby God, where? Well, John, I need to go and see my baby. John, where's Matthew? Where's Peter? Where? Oh. They got him. They got my baby. I need to go see my baby. They ain't tell this part. Okay, niece. I said, yep. Right. You picked up what I put down. This should have been in there, but it is in there. Can you please tell me the scripture where it says that they abandoned Jesus? It does tell us in the KJV, but it don't go in depth like this. I looked it up. It's there. They deserted him. Can you tell me in your KJV where it says this right here happened? Please. NIV, NLT, NRB, USE. Mark 14 and 50. Interesting. They ran. It is. It's the same one. It's her little cousin. It's John the Baptist. It's John the Baptist. The same one that got beheaded by Herod, John the Baptist. Mm-hmm. They ran. Crazy. Here we go. It says, then the virgin resumed her weeping and wailing because she was not able to find any of the apostles, the disciples of her son, except John, and said while weeping, woe is me, O my son, and O my beloved, because your brethren fled and disappeared. O my father Peter, I was thinking every day that you would not deny your master. You have not been given gold and silver that you denied him so quickly. She said they didn't even pay you to deny him. You wasted no time. You said, but wasn't there two John the Baptist and the beloved? So we gonna get to that in a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you why. But this is the same John the Baptist. It's the one that recovered his head. This is the one that got beheaded. It's in here. Because Gabriel, it says later on, we'll get there, that Gabriel picked his head, went and got his head from Herod. It's in here. This is this one. The one that was beheaded. Okay? But think about this. Okay? Exactly. Everyone fled. But think about how Mary felt. Think about how she felt. How would you feel? For real. How would you be feeling? Y'all blood pressure went up just hearing it, did it not? I can feel the rage for her. You said sad and very heartbreaking. Whole soul is excited and grieving right now. Oh, I went through every emotion yesterday. This gonna take you down through there. I'm telling you right now. That's why I ain't gonna lie. I missed y'all yesterday, but this is what I was doing. And I had all my books out. I pulled out my lost books of the Bible. I pulled out a few books. I would have crashed out. I wanted to spend till I was dizzy. Listen, here we go. All right. So it says, you have not been given gold or silver that you denied him so quickly. You have not been presented with a boat or oars. When they, why then did you deny today your master and Lord? You have not had the gift of a son or a daughter as the price of your denial. Oh, Peter, you have not had the offer of exchanging him for a brother or a friend. Why then this spiritless weakness of yours? Ooh. 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 He said they didn't even offer you a boat. You mean like what they doing now? He said you didn't have to, they didn't say they was going to take your kids for you to deny him. They didn't try to give, you didn't even get no money. They didn't give you no boat so you could get up out of here, like, because you knew that this was going on. Like, you didn't get nothing and you just denied him. Ain't that crazy? Even back then, money, bribes, all of that was running the church and the people. Do you understand? Because for her to say, she said they didn't give you a boat, they didn't give you gold and silver, they didn't, you didn't, they wasn't threatening your kids or nothing, and you just denied them. You didn't even try to say I'm a follower of Jesus at all. You just quickly said no, I don't know him. You hear me? Crazy. It says you did not see a second cross, Peter. I'm sorry, you did not see a second cross, O Peter, which you believed might be for you, that you were so terrified that you denied him. Now look, Mary is talking crazy. She said, nigga, you didn't see a second cross. I could have seen if they was gonna string you up. She said it was only one cross, so what you deny him for? She said it wasn't a second cross for you. They wasn't about to string you up, so why you deny him? Baby, she popped off. Do you hear me? She said, I can see you denying him if they was going to put you on the cross too. But it wasn't even no cross there for you. It was only one for him. You said, how many church folks going to throw their under the bus just to survive this? Listen. Hold on. Trying to tell you. He gave you a tongue of iron, O Peter, and you melted it and spoiled it without fire or a smith. That's why Peter denying him was so powerful, because God put that fire in his mouth and he used it to deny God. Mary said he gave you a tongue of, listen, and did, niece, and did. Could you imagine God picking a gift and his mama being there when God gave you prophecy, you this, you that, you this, you that, you that, you that, and then she hear you use that same gift to deny her baby? Hello? Y'all with me or y'all gone? Listen. Woo, he bestowed grace upon you, O Peter, more than all men. And you did not bear a single slap for your master. He bestowed on you, Peter, 2 eyes, the light of which does not fade, and you did not feel ashamed to deny their light. He confided to you, O Peter, the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and you did not suffer a short time for him in the prison of the high priest. She said, nigga, they didn't even hit you. Like, they didn't hit you. They didn't offer. I can see myself saying all of this. What did you get for my son's life? What they give you? You didn't get no money. You didn't get no crib. You didn't get no car. You didn't get no work. You didn't get nothing. You just offered them my baby up. I hear you talking. You doing all of this, but you couldn't speak up for my baby? They didn't threaten your kids. They didn't threaten your mama. They didn't do none of that. She said you didn't even take one single, the nigga, they didn't even hit you and you denied him so quick. It was crazy. Could you, baby, I know I would say all of it. I said, Mary, my kind of girl, babe. Come on, you talk tough until the ops pulled up. Come on, I'm here. But I think I would be like Mary, snapping on them because y'all made it this far because of my son and now y'all denying him. Listen. Ain't it crazy? What y'all think? the juicy part. I said, this should have been in there. This why niggas don't be reading the Bible, because this should have been in there. This. It's amazing how the Bible can take you all over the place, ain't it? You cannot tell me the Bible is not juicy, baby. You said, why do they take the real stuff out? Because it paint them in a negative light. They still doing the same thing now. Leave folks to die alone. I'm trying to tell you. Here we go. It says, he made you, O Peter, his deputy to all the world, and you did not endure a single temptation for your master. He made you, O Peter, a father to all the world, and you did not act in brotherly love for a single short hour towards my son. $60. This also puts an even stronger emphasis on how real it's going to get when this whole mark comes along. Nephew, do we talk about it? Did we? They think fighting spiritual battles is getting into it with people in church and somebody going against them because they want to be the leader. That is the issues that they're fighting. You think their minds is ready for this? For real. Do you? You've been around them too. They still fighting over religion. God gave me some yesterday and it made so much sense. Why even try to give them this? Baby, they don't even believe we in the time we in right now. So what would they need with this? What they gonna do with it? Listen. I'm grateful. Here we go. It says, he imposed his divine hand on your head, O Peter, and you did not agree to have a crown of thorns on your head before you had denied him. She said, I could see if they would have took and did the same thing that they did to my baby, and then you saying, okay, Lord, I can't take no more. But nothing. They didn't even touch you. So even when he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, Jesus was talking about the disciples too, the main folks. Girl. Now we know why it says, and then after that, the disciples were sitting in the house waiting on the Holy Spirit. Yeah, y'all wasn't just sitting there waiting. See, the way they didn't show it to me, I can't say how they showed it to y'all in church, but from what they told me is how they didn't, and all the pastors, they was waiting and tarrying on the Lord. No, these niggas had cut out and took off running and tried to meet us secretly back at the crib. The way they sold it to us, it was like, oh, they was, whatever. No, these niggas had cut out. Some of them didn't even come to the city because they knew what was going to happen. Listen, it's a real thing. You hear me? All right. Woo-hoo-hoo. It says, even if you say, Peter, that my son is not your master, but only your friend, it did not behoove you to deny him in this way. If you had to endure, O Peter, all the tribulations undergone with us by my father Joseph, you should have been dragged to Herod with my son. Ooh! If you had to bear like him the pains of the journey to the country of Egypt, you might not have been able to endure a single one of them. May the dew of heaven nurture your bones, O my father Joseph, the just man, and may the tree of life nourish your soul, because you have endured my tribulations with me and have not denied my son. O Peter, they have not brought you before the governor, nor have they placed you before a high tribunal, that you denied your master so quickly. When the virgin finished her lamentations over the denial of Peter in the house of John, she sent for John, who came and found her weeping. Then both John and the virgin wept over the Lord Jesus. Then John said to the virgin, O my mother, do not weep over Peter for his denial of my master, because he has not the same blame attached to him as that which attaches to Judas, who betrayed him. Something heard, I think it's, I heard what my master said. Yeah, it's, now there's ones in place. Y'all know how these be. It said, I heard what my master said at the evening meal, and what Peter said to him, be it far from you, Lord, this shall not be unto you, but I will give my life for you. And I heard my Lord and my master rebuking him 3 times, saying to him, go ye behind me, Satan. You have become an offense to me. For you think not of the things that be of God, but of those things that be of men. Now, O my lady and my mother, do not weep over my father Peter, because his denial will be the symbol of repentance to sinners. As he gave the lie to his own words and corroborated the words of his master. Then the virgin gave herself to bitter weeping, because she had not seen her son. And she reverted again to her painful lamentations in the house of John, and said, I adjure you, O John, to show me the way to Cranian. I adjure you, O John, to accompany me to Golgotha. I have never seen yet a robber being crucified, nor have I stood near a robber when he was being beheaded. I shall forsake my town and my great freedom, and shall go barefooted to the place in which my beloved son has been crucified, like common robbers, because he is alone, and not one of his brethren is standing near him. And there is not here with you any of your friends who would say anything about you. Oh, my child, the sorrow of a mother for her beloved son is something, and the sorrow of a friend for his friend is another thing. The pain of the heart of a mother weeping over her beloved son is something, and the weeping of a friend over his friend is another thing. My sorrow, O my child, is today greater than that of all the world and all of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and my weeping is more bitter than that of all who shall gather near me. When John noticed that she had not been able to cease her weeping and wailing, and that on his part, and that he on his part was uncomfortable, unable to comfort her, because she was saying, if I do not see him, I cannot be comforted. He said to her, get up, and I will accompany you to Cranian, so that you may see him. Now, I'm going to let y'all read this, but I'm going to go and run it through here. There are some parts in here that are mind blowing. And y'all know I don't like to give the story away, but I do want to tell you this. There's a story in here about Tiberius Caesar and his son. And it says that this little boy was dead for 3 months. And after they had crucified Jesus, it said God let a spirit of forgetfulness come on their mind. And their son died. And then 3 months later, God lifted it. And she said, there was a man that was healing people and bringing people back from the dead. Now, mind you, their son been dead for 3 months. Tiberius Caesar prayed and wrote a letter and sent the bones of his son to Jerusalem to lay in Jesus's coffin, or wherever they buried him, because it tells the name of where they buried him in here, and it don't say Jerusalem, or it's like a little city in the area, whatever. Anyway, do y'all know that this boy came back to life? I'm talking about skin on bones, and just how they do in our near-death experiences now. He talked about what he saw in torments. I'm telling you, mind-blowing. That ain't the only one, but I got to tell y'all about this one, because it blew my mind. The boy was dead for 3 months. His body was decaying already, and they talked about Lazarus and all of that. And he said, Jesus's voice was heard. You heard about this, Auntie? Okay. The voice of Jesus came to hell, but not his body like last time. He said, and I felt my spirit know my body again, and my bones started to come back together, and the ligaments. He walked because his daddy said, I don't believe that my son is alive. So they had him write a letter to his daddy and told him what he saw, the torments that he saw, what happened when he saw the angels and everything, baby. I said, oh, that's why they took it out of here. Now, after y'all finish reading this, y'all gonna understand why they took all of the books that we read out. I ain't gonna read. I want y'all to experience it for y'allself, so y'all can feel what I felt yesterday. Cause it's worth it. It is worth it. Oh, that's in here too. They tell it as folklore. They sure do. Oh, when I say this is about to blow y'all mind. Okay. Hey, pumpkin. It's about to blow y'all mind. And I need y'all to read. Your heart is beating fast. Oh, yeah, it's going to. The rest of the story, ain't none of it boring. When I say absolutely none of it, absolutely none of it. Absolutely none of it is boring. This is why I was in my bed reading all day yesterday. Because you said, it's, okay, so, now, is y'all asking me a question y'all know y'all can go get the answer to? How could you answer that question yourself? I'm listening. I'm going to tell y'all, but how could you answer that question? Oh, Auntie, get ready. Get ready, Auntie. Because I want y'all to read it. I just want to, give y'all a little hit real quick, get you hooked, so you can go and do what you need to do. Uh-huh. It's okay. Here you go. Rewind. Right. This is what we read it, and it's on Scribd or Scribed, the app. You need to look for the Lament of the Virgin and the Martyrdom of Pilate. And it's the one that has 42 pages. Get your popcorn, get your snacks, get your stuff. Please and thank you. Because this right here, I was talking to y'all nephew about it. He was like, Mom, that makes so much sense, because I said, I know, right? I sent it to you. I need you to read it. Got my cotton candy Fago and Skins. Ooh, Auntie, watch your fingers. Because I was eating my popcorn yesterday, honey, and down your bit. Listen, not paying attention, reading, and listen. Life changing. Life changing, life changing, life changing, life changing. This is life changing. It's okay. Life changing. This right here, these 40 pages, baby, hit all the way different. You know how we only hear a little bit about Nicodemus? Now, we got the book of Nicodemus, which all of these is from yesterday. And y'all know we didn't have this book forever. Y'all don't ever see me. There's been no, whenever I go to this, all of these is from yesterday. Your lost books of the Bible, the book of Nicodemus, the birth of Mary, and the infancy of Jesus Christ, right here. It's the one that's 42 pages. Yep, it's this one, y'all. Hold on. Let me go out. It's this one. When you type it in, though, you gotta type in the lament of the Virgin and the martyrdom of Pilate, because it wouldn't come up for me at first either when I was just trying it a moment ago. It was so good, I printed it out. I kept on reading it on here, but baby, I had to print it. This got to go in the file in here. I'm gonna go and give me a little folder and put it in there, because this got to go with the rest of the stuff. After you read this, I have a feeling that I don't know. Like, I hope y'all get the same feeling I got. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's called the lament. It says the lament of the Virgin and the martyrdom of Pilate. And we're reading the one that's on scribed or scribed. It's SCRIBD, which is an app. Okay. So please, 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 nephew, hitting the fan like crazy. Y'all will not believe the folks that's like, yep, I'm getting my stuff together. And you said commitment bag level has been raised even higher. Listen, this right here is gonna change. Listen, I'm not gonna say the bar. Listen, commitment bar. Come on, listen. This right here is gonna make you understand how the Antichrist is gonna be able to sit in the holy place. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. This story here is going to help you understand how he gonna be able to sit, how he is sitting so comfortably amongst the Jews right now. So how long y'all think y'all need? Because I don't want to rush y'all, so we can come back this evening if y'all want to. Because it took me all day. I ain't gonna lie, because I had to get all my stuff. And so if you need more time, you need more time. Because I read all day yesterday. I had all my books out. I came in here and got different books so that I could look and see what was going on here. And I'm gonna tell you, it's different. It hit different. It hit all the way different. Do you understand? I had this out. I ended up getting our Satyricon book out. Josephus, I believe. It was a couple of them. So, which I won't. What time is it? It's 12, so what about like 5 or 6? I hope I don't. I'm gonna try to take a nap early so I can wake up around that time. Yeah, like 6:30. Y'all okay with that? Do I think that the sold out believers will have to experience the mark of the beast? The mark of the beast started in a few days, and martial law starts in about 90. Well, we in it. You experiencing it right now. Because you ain't about to be able to just go in no store and buy no food. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, to those of you that can read it, do your thing. To those of you that can't, y'all gonna have to catch the rewatch. Okay. Because we gonna talk about it. You don't have to read the whole thing, but I need you to get down through there. But take your time. I don't want you speed reading. I want you to get your blanket and get comfortable. Okay? To those of you that can't, that's okay. But to those of you that can, get your stuff. Okay? I know folks is working and stuff. So if you're ever at work and we give out homework, you know, I be trying to work with everybody. I know some people work nights, some people work days, so it's always gonna be somebody that wasn't able to hear or see, but we gonna get down through there, okay? It's real good. It is. It is. It's real good. Maybe one of your neighbors. Somebody over there got a printer. Listen, somebody over there got a printer. Yeah. I love y'all. You said I just need to buy some paper for mine. This part. This. Well, listen. Even if you can't, you can do the PDF. I think you can download the PDF, and so then you can still highlight and write on your PDF, y'all. I don't know if y'all know that or not. I'm sure y'all do. But you can leave notes on your PDFs too. So even if you download it, because they have it on a PDF, if you download the PDF, you can write your notes. You're welcome. Okay. Okay. I love you too. Yeah, you can download it in your into a PDF and write on it that way. Oh, you need the physical and in my head, right? Okay. Well, I'm just thinking about today. Yeah, because you can write on your yes. Yep, Sean. You can you can write on the screen and use your highlighter and do all of that and all on your PDF too. So yep, that's what they were saying. Yeah, everybody trying to get them. Yeah, that's what they were saying. They was gonna go print them out, but I was just saying so that you could be ready for class this evening. So if you don't have time, yeah, you can go back and find out. Okay, so that's the homework. Even if you don't get super far, I just need y'all to get in there. Get in there. Yeah, yeah, get in there. Yeah. You hear me? Y'all about to be wobbling to the store. That's what y'all about to be doing, wobbling to the library. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Get your toes ready because they about to have a workout. No, it's not. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. And watch your fingers while you snacking and eating because it's that good you'll be in bit your fingers. I'm telling you right now. So if you eating, watch your fingers because you going to bite them. You'll be in forgot and sit there with your mouth open and be in bit your hands. So get in there. I love y'all. I'll be back in a little bit to check on y'all, see how much y'all done read. Look at it like, hurry up. Okay, bye. Bye. I hear y'all. I hear y'all rolling y'all eyes. Bye.